Hey everyone, welcome back to Serving 813, a radio show and podcast featuring Tampa Bay organizations and groups every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and today I'm super excited and grateful to be joined with one of the faces and voices behind Dress for Success. Now, if you don't know already, Dress for Success is a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering women to achieve economic independence by providing a network of support, professional attire, and the development tools to help women thrive in work and in life. So with that said, welcome to the show, Lisette Parsons.
Hi, Ava. How are you? Thank you so much for having me. How exciting. I hear this is your last show.
It is. So you are a very special guest as you're our final guest. So I'm very excited to get this show started. So
yeah, let's do it.
Yes. So my first question for you is, on a deeper level, what is Dress for Success all about?
Well, that's a loaded question. Dress for Success is all about empowering women, like you said, and making sure that the women have all the tools necessary to get back out in the workforce or just in life itself. And so we have a few programs that we help the women with. And one of the programs, right, is job readiness. And so job readiness for us means mock interviews. We can help with resumes, but now we've introduced AI. And now we do AI lunch and learns. And the reason why we're introducing AI is, as you know, the recruiters are using AI. And so it's important for them to understand that they can turn a job description into their resume by using AI and understanding the fundamental of AI. So that's been exciting. And then we also have the mental health wellness awareness and try to take the stigmatism away from the mental health wellness. And so we have financial literacy program, and that's usually a cohort for 4 to 6 weeks. And that really helps the women understand and manage their finances.
That's amazing. You guys have a lot of ways to help these women and be empowered. So you guys started in 1998, correct?
Correct.
So was it always like this? Did you always have these different types of things to do, or how did it start?
We started in 1998, and actually we're a worldwide organization. I'm not sure that everybody knows that.
Wow.
And so Tampa Bay was the third network member to open. And so we started with a dress and dressing women and styling women. But as we've evolved, we've noticed that women need more than just feeling good and looking good, but also the tools that they need to actually get the job and or sustain a job.
Amazing. So since you guys are worldwide, do you just serve women communities in the Tampa Bay 813 area, or is it beyond? Like, do you guys go to St. Pete?
Well, actually, Tampa Bay, our location, we have a location in St. Petersburg, and we have another one in North Florida Avenue. So we have 3 locations in Tampa Bay, and I am looking to expand to Sarasota and Hernando County.
Amazing. Well, I can definitely see that happening.
But we're pretty much in 134 cities, and we are global. So we have presence in Europe, and we have lots of different network members, and it's pretty amazing when we all come together and we all have the same mission. We're pretty powerful.
Yes. So what are some of the volunteer opportunities you guys provide?
Yes. We could not do this without our volunteers. That is 100% for sure. We have merchandising volunteer opportunities, and what that means is when on Thursdays we accept donations, and we accept them, and we have a very generous community that loves to give to Dress for Success. And so we need lots of volunteers hands-on and taking care of the clothing and, the whole process before we hang up the clothing and we give it away to the women. There's a whole process, and we always need help on Thursdays. We always need help for our events as well. We have an inventory sale that's coming up, and we're looking for volunteers to help us coordinate that. And then we have a fashion show that's coming up in July. We always need volunteers there. And we also have our signature 28th anniversary that's coming up in October, and we always need volunteers there. The best way is to write me through the website and let me know that you want to volunteer and you want to help. We also use volunteers that are in corporate right now that love helping with resume writing, mock interviews, and the stylists. We have lots of stylists that love dressing the women and making them feel amazing. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities.
Yes, that's amazing. Well, we're already done with this segment. This show's already flying by. So we're going to go on a little song break, but don't go anywhere because after this, we're going to be hearing more about Lisette and her role within Dress for Success. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and this is our special finale episode. So to go out with a bang, we have Lisette Parsons here from Dress for Success. So for this segment, I want to talk more about you, Lisette, and your role within Dress for Success. So my first question for you is, what's your role within Dress for Success, and what drew you to this organization?
So I started volunteering 4 years ago. That's when I moved to Tampa Bay area. And I really wanted to get plugged in with the community and meet lots of professional women. And so I started volunteering and working with Katie McGill. And I fell in love. So my background is from corporate America as a senior vice president outsourcing. And I did that for many, many, many years, like 30 plus years. And I was just blown away with the experience that I had as a volunteer. And just really, it really humbled me. And really understanding that I could make a difference. First of all, I am a domestic violence survivor 30 years ago. And so just helping the women understand that it doesn't matter what you're going through, that doesn't have to be your end game. And so it's very personal for me, and I have a lot of empathy for the women that we serve, and I just have a heart of a servant. So I love serving. And so a year and a half ago, I decided, well, I'm kind of done with corporate. And then sadly, Katie, pillar of the community, passed away suddenly. And so then I had the opportunity, and now I am the executive director and I run the organization. And so I'm pretty excited about that.
That's amazing. Just persevering through all of that and now running something that's so important to you is amazing. So my next question for you is, have you had a memorable moment with Dress to Success? And can you share that story?
One of my memorable moments was in Toronto when all of the women got together and for a conference. And it was 200 of me. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And just to see all the women from all over the world and different countries and all with the same mission to empower women. And I love it. And so, I mean, I've had some other moments too with clients that I will never forget. But yeah, for the most part, that has to be like one that goes down on my books.
Yeah, and you're actually our first guest coming from a nonprofit organization who has an organization that's worldwide. So that's amazing seeing all these different people in the community really coming together, all fighting for the same cause, which I like very much. So what does a typical day of volunteering look like?
Well, it obviously would depend on what you're doing, right? But if you're volunteering as a volunteer, if you come in to help with one of the programs like the mental health wellness, that would look like about 2.5 hours for you. You come a little bit earlier. I always provide food. We get to know the clients that are there, and usually we have 15 to 17 women. We also have a professional women's group that we do once a month, but these are all already working women and they're leaders. And so we need volunteers as guest speakers there. And that's usually 5 to 7:30, the third Wednesday of every month at St. Leo. And then merchandising, what does that look like? It looks crazy. Imagine just so many clothing that we have to go through, we have to look through. We only give the best of the best to our women, but we keep then donating on. So we give to other organizations as well. And we do give to high schools that have closets and colleges that have closets. So we continue to donate. But merchandising, that looks a little crazy. But volunteering at events is a lot of fun because it's all women just helping one another, and we all come together, and I'm having a great time.
Yes. And that's the beauty of it, being a part of an organization where you almost forget you're volunteering because you're just so happy with what you do, you know? So what does Dress for Success mean to you personally?
Well, very profound question. For me personally, it is so important for us to keep helping these women in the community. Ava, you will not even imagine, right? Some of these women don't have any undergarments. They have no clothing, no shoes. It's the first time that maybe they've tried on a blazer, and it just changes their whole posture, their whole look. And you see the hope in their eyes that, yes, I can do this. And I don't want to get emotional, but it is a very powerful organization that I am extremely proud of. And so I wake up every day just really happy to serve and serve the women. They're so deserving of it, first of all. But it's very personal for me, like I told you, because of my past. And I wish there was a Dress for Success when I was single with 3 boys in New York, trying to make it. But here I am to help and serve.
Yes. And fashion really shapes someone. So
absolutely.
Why
it
do
makes you feel great.
Yes. So why do you think confidence for women is so important?
Oh, my God. It's everything for a woman, right? I mean, it's how you speak, how you look, how you're perceived, how you want to be perceived, and feeling strong and empowered. That's powerful enough, But confidence, sadly, when you don't have any confidence, you don't think you can make it or you can do it. And it's very powerful for us to make sure that the women feel confident and look confident.
Yes. And that also ties into with you guys prep for like job interviews, right?
So we do mock interviews. They're so much fun. Yes. Oh my gosh. some women that have been incarcerated for 20, 30 years, and now they have a second chance for life, right? At life. And so doing mock interviews is so much fun because so much has changed, right? During interviews and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And so sometimes it's fun to hear what they think is acceptable. So mock interviews are one of my favorite.
Yes. Do you have any like specific mock interview stories you want to share that really are just like stuck in your head?
Yeah. There was one, I did an outreach in one of the community housing centers. And so we did a mock interviews, and it was at the community center. And so I asked, the client, and so I pretend to be the recruiter. And then I asked her a few questions, and then she told me, you make me feel so comfortable. I have to tell you the truth. I'm always late for work. Nobody likes me at work because I'm always gossiping. And I'm like, please don't say that on the interview.
Wait, yeah, what? Oh my gosh.
I laughed. I still laugh till today every time. But she actually got the job at Publix. And so, yeah, it was very cool. Because I said, no, they're going to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, well, that must be really rewarding seeing all the outcomes they get in jobs they win. So
yeah, and we keep a whole life cycle on them, so it's not like they come to Dress for Success, get an outfit, and we never see you again. No, you join all the programs. We always celebrating women, so there's always something to do. We always reach out, want to make sure, do you have the job? Are you still in at the job? And how are you doing? What do you need? How can I help you? So it becomes like family.
Yeah.
Really, it does. It really does.
Do you have a favorite program that Dress for Success does?
I don't know about favorite, but I think the one that moves me the most is the Moving Forward program, because these women either are coming from domestic violence shelters or incarceration, and you can see that the need, and then you can see the hope. Once we start working with them and transforming them, you see it in their eyes, And now I have clients that have gone through all the programs, and one of them is an IT person for the city of Tampa, actually, and she comes around and speaks also in testimony. It gives her testimonial, which is very strong. And we also have a board member that went through all of our, and she came in 13 years ago broken, and now she's a board member, and she's doing excellent. She's an executive director at a behavioral location. Yeah, so.
That's amazing. That just comes to show how powerful and impactful Dress for Success really is. Do you think you've ever experienced any challenges within your time at Dress for Success?
Challenges? Yeah. Many. but we push through. There's always challenges.
Yeah.
And then there's always opportunities to turn that around.
Yeah. Well, that's what Dress for Success really is. You come in with a challenge and then you leave with an opportunity. And I mean, that one example you gave of the girl who walked in all broken, coming back a board member, that's incredible. And I bet you have a bunch of other stories with women that experience the same thing. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, this already wraps up the second segment. This show, it always flies by, and it's making me sad because this is my last ever show. So, but we are going.
Well, for now, right?
Yes, for now. So maybe there'll be like a 10-year reprise or something. But don't go anywhere, because after this song, we are going to be answering some of your DMs about Dress for Success. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and I'm here with Lisette Parsons from Dress for Success for the final episode of Serving 813. So I put up an Instagram story the other day asking you guys listening to send in questions regarding Dress for Success. And just like always, we got a ton of responses. So let's get into it. The first DM asks, what makes Dress for Success different from other organizations?
First, because we only serve the women in our community, right? And so we are very intentional when we serve women. And that's a big difference. There's so many community partners that do serve, but they serve so many other.
Yeah.
Like some serve kids, but we're strictly young women.
And I think you're actually one of the first nonprofit organizations that I've interviewed that only serves for women. So that's amazing.
We're powered by women.
Yes, powered by women.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. The next DM asks, if you could describe Dress for Success in one word, what would it be?
Amazing.
Amazing. I love it. The next DM says, do you have any upcoming events I can attend? I know we went over this briefly.
Yes. We have an excess inventory sale coming up soon, May 22nd and May 23rd. And we have our Empowerment on the Runway fashion show coming up August 30th.
Oh, I wish I was in town for that. I would love going to that.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Right at the Empowerment last year, people were like, please let me know for next year. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
Yes, I know my mom's probably going to go to that.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, she would love it.
Yes. Okay. The next DM says, what partnerships with businesses help support your mission?
That's a really good question, and we are very plugged in. But any organization that has women in need are a good fit for us.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're an organization listening, come hit Dress for Success up. The next DM says, where do you see Dress for Success in 10 years' time?
I see Dress for Success in 10-year time all over Tampa Bay. Yeah. My goal is to keep expanding. Pasco, Hernando, Manatee, all of these communities that need a Dress for Success for the women in their community. Yeah. Plus just evolving, becoming Dress for Success 2.0. Yeah.
Yes, I can definitely see it happening. I mean, you guys are already worldwide. Tampa can get it all over too. What skills are most important for young people entering today's job market?
AI.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you want to talk more about the AI program you guys have?
Yeah, that's a lunch and learn. And one of our corporate companies and partners, they actually power it. And so you have a team that comes out and they speak to us about the importance of AI with resumes, but also phishing, scamming, lots of scams, and it's important also for my professional women group. Some of them are elderly women. And with cyber attacks, you just never know, right? So we try to give them as much information, as many tools as the company has to download into our women so that they can educate themselves. And before they open up an email they'll be like, okay, let me think about this twice.
Yeah, and that's a very important skill to know, because I'd like to think as a Gen Z girl that I know a lot about technology and AI, but even I just am like, okay, ChatGPT, and that's all my knowledge goes to.
Right.
The next DM says, how do donations directly impact the women you serve?
We dress them from head to toe.
Yes.
So We provide them with accessories, brand new undergarments. We do not give anything used as far as undergarments.
Yeah.
We provide them with shoes. Most of the shoes are brand new. A lot of people donate from our wish list on Amazon wish list on the website. And we give them the best of the best. And so they love and they leave so happy. We give them like the cool shopping bags. We have snacks for them. There's music. The stylists are so happy to help them. The stylists help them think out of the box. Even myself, I mean, I used to use like maybe 3-4 colors and that's it. And now I'm branching out with different patterns and colors, and it's fun.
Yeah, and fashion really shapes someone's identity. So, I mean, clothes are a girl's best friend. The next DM says, what's one thing you wish every young person knew before applying for jobs? I feel like we kind of went over that already with the AI. Okay, I'll read the next one. How can students like us get involved, and what's the best way to reach out?
Yeah, reach out to me through the website, and I actually read the emails, and just let me know what you're doing, what you're thinking, and then let's see how you can help. And I would love to do that. And plus, come for some clothes.
Yes, clothes are the best. Well, that was the last of our DMs, so I guess our Q&A portion's over, and your time on the show. So thank you so much, Lisette, for being a part of Serving 813, and better yet, the finale of Serving 813. I was so happy to have you on the show today.
Thanks, Ava. Thank you so much. This has been absolutely a pleasure for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, don't go anywhere, because after this song break, I'll be here reflecting on not only today's episode, but going through a little brief rerun of Serving 813 and everything we've done. So I'll be back after this song. And we're back. Welcome back to Serving 813. Make sure to tune into live365.com every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. if you want to find ways to serve your community. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Ava Lamison, and I was just here with Lisette Parsons from Dress for Success. And also, if you're just joining us, this is our last ever Serving 813 show. So very happy, sad, but I think this was a great organization to end on. I really loved learning about Dress for Success more and hearing about Lisette's history with the organization. I didn't really, when going into this, I didn't know Dress for Success was more than just dressing women and empowering them. I mean, also providing job interview mock-ups for them and just lessons and like important stuff we need, like AI is, I thought that was very cool. So just knowing the community Dress for Success builds is very awesome. Also, Dress for Success being worldwide is also very amazing. So not just Tampa, places like New York, California, and she even mentioned in Europe, which is amazing, internationally. Well, I love today's episode learning about Dress for Success, and it's really amazing. But now I want to devote some time doing a reflection on all the shows we've had with Serving 813 as your chief host. So I'm going to go down the list of all the people we've interviewed and just reflect and give them a little shout out. So first ever show we had was I Care on the Go. I feel like, that was so sentimental long ago for me. Next was Feeding Tampa Bay. Amazing. I'll shout out the people. I Care on the Go. And then Feeding Tampa Bay with Shannon Olivero. Race for Grace with Grayson Allen and Hannah Vreeland, our first ever student organization. WMNF with Miss Julie and Nathaniel. I actually did an internship at WMNF after meeting them, so that was very awesome, getting some opportunities. Serving 813 in the Taylor Caloris Foundation with Alexa and Jody. That was amazing. Kate's actually friends with them, our other lead host. Serving 813 in Stageworks. Oh my gosh, with Carla and Crystal. That's amazing. The Ryan Neese Foundation with Melissa Neely. And that was our 10 episodes. So that was a fun anniversary. I remember that. And then Collegiate 100 with Rafael Fuentes. Fun for Tampa Kids with Anna Garst. This is such a trip down memory lane. T-Hops and Sack with Saban Wicks. Oh, I remember that. Saban is such a great lady. I think her and my mom still talk. Relay for Life, Christina Chowning and Tammy Schoonover. Seniors in Service with Chris Noble. That was a fun show. Nameless Ministries with Francesca Michelini. Gigi's Playhouse with Greg Voda, Kiana Lewin, and Amanda Bucalo. Meals on Wheels with Cindy Van. Miss Latina Tampa with Emily Natera and Jolena Montano. Learn and Serve Tampa with Christy Verdi. The Buccaneers Foundation with Courtney Sanchez. Cup, Coffee Uniting People with Greg Jones. Tampa Bay's Icebox with Mark Farrell and Catherine Estrada. Paint Your Heart Out Tampa with Kathy Pantelis. The Hive with Tanya Whitlock. And today was Dress for Success with Lisette Parsons. Wow, guys. That's like one heck of a lot of nonprofit organizations. So that's very, I'm like tearing up. I can't believe we've come so far, and I just want to give a huge thank you to all the people at Hillsborough College who helped fund this ruckus and help support this show. So a big thank you to Sam, Tom, Vince, and Narisa, my mom. So this was a great time, and we'll probably have a reunion at some point, so look forward to that. But all these organizations, so many fun things, a variety of nonprofit organizations I got to know about. So I'm just very sentimental right now. But for the last time, or for now, I'm going to say we're serving your city one convo at a time. This is Ava Lamison signing off. I'll see you guys again at some point. But for now, bye.